talking.
Do you second chair
You
or?
guys sit there.
Oh, okay.
They don't need to see me. They only need to see you.
Oh, got it.
That's mine.
Okay.
So this is Molly.
So definitely
Molly
get in
is a
touch
sweet
with
little
us.
girl.
Would love it.
She's mostly harmless. No, she's harmless.
So
Sometimes she
Molly
plays
Dolly
with
over there is a
the
haunted
cat
doll
ball.
that we have.
Typically, if you say something
And
is
she
factual and she
loves
agrees,
cat
she'll play with the cat ball. She's been pretty
So
quiet
we're on our
today.
fifth haunted doll.
She did talk with Scotty the medium for a little bit, but she's been kind of
He
quiet.
does. Thank you.
It's an orange cat ball.
This is, I forgot what they call this, the devil's eye or something. It's rechargeable.
Oh.
Rather than running on a battery, it's going to die, you're going to throw it away, you just recharge it with the
We need
USB.
one of those.
Yeah.
Because we're constantly sorting.
Yeah.
About $20, but I figure if I never
Yeah, you never
Never
know.
throw it away, I'm good.
Does it come with a stand?
It doesn't.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't.
Well, we have some for sale down in our. Is that an old yo-yo? Or no, it looks like an old yo-yo.
No, somebody made that. And we bought a bunch. We sold them for like $3. We only have a few left.
Somebody, they just said they sell them down.
I have a couple over there still. But people make it with their 3D printers now, and it's really cool that they can crank all this stuff out because it's sense to make them, you know.
Yeah.
So we find somebody that prints them. We buy them for a couple $1, $1.50, then we sell them for $3. And it's still, I mean, it's worth it because when those balls start rolling, you don't know where they're going to end up.
Yeah.
One time we were at the train station. What was the train station called?
What's it?
Roundhouse.
Roundhouse.
And we were on one of the train cars, and we saw a cat ball go off, and we got up to leave, and we
We were looking for the cat
looking
ball.
for the cat
To
ball.
pick it up
We
and
never brought a
bring it
cat ball in.
Yeah, we had never brought a cat ball in. So we
It
saw
was
this
shining,
like,
the different colors of light under the seats.
yeah, and there was nothing under the
Never
rest.
brought a cat ball.
Wow.
So it was like
Somebody
the-
brought their own cat.
Yeah, I know they were mimicking that.
Yeah.
Like blue and red.
I forgot about that. Like we can't explain it either. We look everywhere. There wasn't even a cat ball left over from some another.
Yeah, we thought maybe it was a
station.
group.
No,
and
no,
then
no.
it was like-
That is wild.
This is crazy.
That is wild. I'm going to pop my chair over here in the corner.
Okay.
See, I did come prepared. And I apologize you ran over time,
Oh,
but
I'm not worried about it. We know all about running over time.
Yeah.
Santiago up here. And you get to talking to Santiago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
We get it. We get it.
Well, he had me balling. He was balling. I mean, and I was like, it was so deep that I'm like, I can't stop doing this right now. And so James Stokes was up here and he's like, I'll just come back. And he felt really bad because I'm like, I don't want to put anybody off. But I just couldn't stop talking to him.
Yeah.
And it was just wild.
I want to head out to the primary
Okay.
and investigate the findings.
Yeah, we got you both in here. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so you can't see me, which is good. But I'm with Irene and Danica. And you can tell everybody what it is you do, where you are, how to find you.
All right, we're Irene and Danica. We're from Cleveland, Ohio. We do a plethora of things. We have a paranormal team called Private Eye Paranormal. Irene is a medium. She does personal readings, gallery readings.
I have a show on Tuesday nights on the Spirit Realm Network at 8 p.m. where we give live one-on-one readings, so you can jump on and be a guest. If you're brave enough to show your face, but you can jump on and I call them flash readings. They're no more than 8 minutes at most, and try to deliver messages and get as many people within an hour as we can.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's fun. It's a good time.
I have to tell you that.
And Danica's the moderator and producer of that.
So I hung out with Scotty the medium a little while ago. First time I ever met him in the office. Very nice guy. In the paranormal world, nothing scares me. I live for something to scare me. Mediums scare the hell out of me. And I'll tell you why. Once upon a time, I was in a room, and this lady that I did not know walked up to me and started telling me all this stuff about me. And I'm like, okay, I didn't give you permission for this, right? And I was kind of like taken back, and I wasn't rude, but I'm like, you need to stop, and we're not doing this. Number one, I was in Iraq, and I saw and did a lot of things that I don't want anybody to have to see, right? And I'm not smart enough to know how to close myself off so that people can't do this, right? And I don't want somebody else to go through that. And I'm protecting myself, but I'm also protecting them, right? And I think that, and I
It's in
don't
your
know,
nature to want to protect.
right? And I don't know the ins and outs of what you should and shouldn't do as a medium, but I think there's a ethical part there that you shouldn't just. If somebody asks you, yes, and I understand that sometimes as you're in a room, you're going to hear things and feel things that somebody didn't ask you to hear or feel. And maybe they'll say to you, hey, go tell this person. And I get that. But the way this lady just came to me, and you know, Scotty being the awesome human being is, maybe it's somebody who's just learning and didn't know any better. Okay, but I wasn't thinking that at that point, right? I mean, like, I'm thinking all the things that I keep suppressed because I don't want anybody else to know, and she's pulling them out of me, and whoa, we don't do that. So that was, you know, the whole thing, and he really opened my eyes today. So I'm not deathly afraid of mediums now, but it's just it's like this privacy thing, right? I'm on Facebook, I'm on all these things, you know, and so I'm not all about privacy, but what's in here, right? I keep private.
But it's traumatizing when you're open and just doing whatever, and then somebody comes to you. It's like they're invading your space.
Yes.
Yeah.
My best friend died in my arms in Iraq, and for this lady to come up to me and start talking to me about it, how dare you? How dare you? And then I had another one that says, "Oh, I'm just going to give everybody an instant reading when I tell you who you are, right?" And so she went over. It was like, "Oh, that's great, that's great, that's right on." And she came up to me and she told me that I'm this macho, tough guy that I put on this face, this falsehood for everybody to be afraid of me. And as she walked away, I looked at her. I'm like, "Who did she just describe?" Because I try to be the most approachable person you can ever meet.
I don't think you're macho. I think you're nacho.
And that's, maybe she just misread.
Yeah.
That's his name, not Joe's.
That's my name. It's not yours.
Misunderstood.
Yes. So I had a couple that weren't good
Yeah,
experiences.
that's rough.
And like I said, what I have, I don't want to share with anybody else. And so I kind of avoid, right?
Yeah, I think it's situational. So depending on where you are, the environment you're in, and how necessary you feel that message might be. I don't give messages without permission. So even if you decide you're going to walk up to someone, you need to ask them first.
And that's what I would think is
You have no idea what's happening behind.
common courtesy, right? You don't know what somebody else is going. I mean, even in general public, if I just walk up to somebody, I'm going to greet them with a smile. Hi, how you doing? And I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to say, "What are you looking at, lady?"
Yeah.
You know, I mean, common courtesy goes a long way, and society just doesn't really go that way.
Well, even during a gallery, like you tell people, if I come to you and I start giving you a message and it's uncomfortable for you and you want me to stop, please tell me stop. Because you don't want to. Some people come in very fully wanting a reading, and then when it's their time to get the reading, they're like, I don't want
Especially
it.
because sometimes it's not the message that they expect.
Or from the person that they expect.
Yeah, and then it becomes a more emotional experience. And so, but that's a little harder to navigate because they did come in there, they are asking for that reading. So you try to be as gentle as you can, and, you know.
Do people get mad at you for what you delivered to them?
Sometimes, yeah.
And that's like you're
And my first
simply the
response is don't
messenger.
shoot the message.
Right, you're just a messenger.
Yeah, but they do. But it's I don't think that they're mad at me. They don't know where the anger is coming from because it's bringing up that anger.
Yes.
And so the goal is to find healing in that. So They might get mad, but what they get is the message that they I'm sorry. And so once they get through that first emotion, they get the I'm sorry after. You know, they understand the I'm sorry, and then they can find that healing, because that's the ultimate goal. It's not to tell you who you are, unless the message is meant to bring healing, and to kind of just tell you, you know, a certain thing and walk away. That's a more difficult experience. But you never know. I don't know what the thing was for that medium, but you know, we have to take what we do very seriously, and how we can affect other people. That's my biggest, you know, the goal is heal, not harm. So we do our very best, you know, and I was trained that way. We do our very best to not cause more pain, you know, to the person that you're sitting with.
So this was we were doing a paranormal investigation somewhere, and this was like we were all just hanging out beforehand, and she just like, I'm going to go around the room, and I'm like, number one, I didn't ask for it, but number two, if you're going to do it, at least be right or be close. Look, I understand that you only get what you get, right? I could sit here and put off one thing, but I'm something else, and it might take a little digging to find it, right? So I get that, but at no point do I ever act like, do I act like that?
What?
Like what she told me I was.
Oh no, you're so far from that.
So
I mean, he looks intimidating, but he's actually a big teddy bear.
and everybody's like, oh, well, you're a big guy, you're intimidating. I'm like, but if you get to know me, I'm not. So what? I'm large. I'm not gonna hurt a fly.
Can't help it, you're a big baby.
Sometimes there are people that you know that they need this message, but they don't want to hear it, and they refuse it and say no, that's not. And then there's what you went through, and that's a whole different circumstance. You should have the opportunity to respond. Like, they can respond, no, that's not right, and I just say, just take that message, just hold it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, but they're supposed to hear it.
Was it the
But
same?
for you, that's a different circumstance.
Yes, same
Was
one.
it the same lady that told me she came over the same and put her, and she goes, are you feeling okay? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, you need to go to a cardiologist. You're having heart problems. Your health is really bad. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm really worried about you.
Okay, unless the medium has a medical degree.
Yeah.
Right, and that's exactly what I told her.
It's
And this
also
was like 2
how
years
you
apart.
frame your language.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was terrified. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, there's nothing wrong with you. I went to a cardiologist, a pulmonologist. I'm like,
And spent all that money.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with you.
You know, and Scotty's right. You can have mediums that tell you, like, that they just don't have the training, you know, and you just kind of, and then other mediums have to kind of make up for what that experience was. But I think that's why they're the mediums that can make up for it. And then, you know, just like there are people that don't do good things in this world, you know,
Right.
you know, there are people that do good things. They bring back hope into your heart in humanity when you've gone through a lot with other people.
And sadly, I think those types of folks that do that, they put a bad label on people who legitimately hone their profession and they're legit.
Yeah.
And it hurts that as a whole.
Yeah.
But you can look at any aspect of life and say that about somebody.
Right. And it's sad.
Police officers. I've met how many police officers today at this thing that most people don't know they're police
And I
officers.
worked with them.
And they're fantastic human beings. But you find one police officer is a jerk.
And then
Everybody remembers that guy.
is.
Yeah.
And it's true in all facets of life. If you're a jerk, you ruin it for everybody, and everybody has to work a little bit harder. No.
But it could be damaging because people come to mediums for answers.
That's the fear.
And
And
that's-
that's why we have to take what we do so seriously. People might just think it's fluff or woo woo and all that, but you know, I've had people sit across from me that don't want to live anymore, and we have to be very careful in how we respond and talk to them, because they are coming for one last message of hope, you know, to remind them that they need to be here. And that's why I also, you know, like care about making sure to recommend them to a psychologist in language that won't offend them or make them afraid. So it's all in how it's understanding who's sitting across from you and how to deliver the message, and that's the key. And so sometimes we don't get it right. We're not all perfect, but we do our best. As long as you're doing your best, I believe that spirit will bring the healing necessary. as long as you're trying to do your best to bring that message in a healthy way.
So I've never met you ladies before. I mean, like in passing, we might have said hi or what, but we have never sat down and really been introduced or talked. But meeting Scotty earlier and meeting you today, you're so real and so authentic, right? You're not. You don't have this big head. I'm
You don't
so
have a
much better
gimmick.
than. I mean, you're.
Because it's not me.
Your whole
It's
thing
them.
is.
It's the higher power. It's not. I say God, but it's.
Your aura,
It's
your
not. Yeah, it's
persona,
not me.
And you're talking about
And
what's.
it's her support.
And you're talking about what's best for people. And to me, that. And I told you, I was scared to death in meetings, right? And meeting with Scotty and now meeting with you has changed my entire outlook on. Now, I know other people. Angel is our friend who's a medium. Very, very down to earth, but we've never done anything like that with her. And I don't, as a general rule, because well, I told you what I keep inside, but also my biggest fear is my buddy's going to have something to say to me, and I do not want to hear it. Right? I've spent the last 30 years of my life wishing it was me instead of him, and I know he's going to tell me the opposite, and I'm not here to hear it.
Right.
But the feel I get from you and the feel I get from Scotty is just totally different than everybody else I've really encountered in this. And so when I say scared to death, I'm not scared to death, but I would never trust anybody like that until now. So take it for whatever that's worth. I just think that both you and Scotty are very down to earth and generally do this because of the right reasons. And I think other people don't always do it for the right reasons.
It's true. I mean, it's everywhere, but it definitely happens in our field.
Every profession, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is every profession. It's that ego that gets in the way.
Right.
And that's one of our saying is leave your ego at the door, right? We go investigate with people. I don't care if you have 100,000 followers and what
That doesn't matter to spirit.
Right.
The spirit doesn't care, and I certainly don't care. Leave it at the door. We're going to hang out. We're going to have a good time. And if you can't do that, then we're going to do this once and we're done. But I think that being a genuine person is the number one thing anybody can do.
That's all both of us aspire to: authenticity and genuineness. So, I mean, we're not perfect, of course not.
Nobody's
But
perfect.
that's what we try to do.
Have you ever?
You seem like that kind of person too. So.
I try to be that person.
And also,
Thank you.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
Thank you.
Have you ever ruined a surprise for somebody?
sometimes, yeah.
Scotty told me that he once ruined an engagement because he's like, "Oh, you just got a ring," and she's like, "No." And the guy called him 2 days later, like, "Dude, you just ruined my thing because I was gonna propose this weekend."
That's a bummer.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm gonna duck out. I have a few things to do, but
Oh, yeah.
when you go, each of you take one.
Okay,
I'm
thank
thinking
you.
we have to go
so
for the memorial too.
Yeah.
So just I have done that, but mine is more. I'll call at the wrong time when somebody is supposed to be doing something for me, and I ask, "Where are you? What are you doing?" And I'll do things like that, or I'll
It's
show
very
up.
hard to surprise her.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do a surprise party for her. She would know
I
exactly
would just
what's
know.
going on.
And I'll show up when I'm not supposed to show up, and I have no idea how I ended up doing it, but
That's
I show
great.
up. Yeah.
That's great. That is great. No, now you guys said you're from Cleveland. Where?
We're by the lake.
Yeah, just outside of the city, just east of the city.
So I grew up in a little town called Chippewa Lake, which is down by Brunswick, Seville, Lodi. My mom and sister both still live in Brunswick, and we go there often.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
always there. Yeah.
I
It's
was
like
just
6
there for
degrees.
work
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah. So we spend more time doing our paranormal investigations in Ohio than we do anywhere else. There's so many places in
There
Ohio.
are.
I know we do an intro to paranormal investigation class, and we have a bunch of evidence. Right, we've been to a lot of locations at this point, but a ton of our evidence, I just noticed the last time we did our class, most of them are from Ohio, You know, there's just a couple that are not from
Have you
there.
been to Prospect Place?
No, I want to go.
You have
Evidence
to go.
every time.
I want to go.
It's wonderful.
The guy I work with, the vice president of my company. I work for Pittsburgh Brewing. We make Iron City beer.
Oh yeah.
The vice president of the company, his brother went to Prospect Place, and he didn't go as a paranormal investigator. He just went for whatever reason. He saw something in one of the bars or something, and to this day will not talk about it.
Really?
And he would never ever go back there.
I have to show you
So
this
we
image.
definitely
Keep talking. I have to
need to
show
go.
you this.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can find it.
But no, that's definitely one place that I would go is Prospect. Where else have you been? Madison?
We've been to Madison several times.
Yeah.
Actually, one of our teammates passed away a year ago, and Adam Kimball gave us Madison Seminary to do a fundraiser for our
That's
buddies
awesome.
family. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see, we've been there. We've been Circleville, Ohio, a place called the Greg Kreitz Octagon House.
Oh
I've
yeah.
been there 8 or 9 times. That's that place calls to me. It like draws me there.
I think I've driven past there, but we've never investigated.
We've gone to the property. Yeah.
We have?
Yeah. You don't remember?
How do I not remember
It's like
that?
sitting in the middle
We
of the
walked.
field.
We walked around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's an awesome place. I mean, every time I've gone there, we've had disembodied voices, we've had shadow figures, we've all been touched. The last time something came that wasn't normally there and was physically choking me out.
Oh my gosh.
Never had anything like that
That's
happen
crazy.
before. But there's all kinds of train tracks around there. And that night there was a full moon. And the guy that runs it, him and his wife were there, and they were bickering all night. And I'm like, they pulled something off of one of these trains with their negative energy. And but we went back right a couple weeks later. Went back, and the house is back to normal. That thing isn't there.
We have
Energy
that.
shift.
Yeah, we have those types of
We've
experiences.
been to a place, Beale was like that. We went one time to Beale Manor, and then the next time we went, it just had a totally different energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Here
were
we
in Bill Manor one time, and Carlo was showing us around, and we were upstairs, and he was in that back bathroom. We were right outside, and he's talking about this bathroom, and he said this bathroom used to be a bedroom. And out of my mouth came these words that I have no idea where it came from. I said, I remember that. And he looked at me, and I'm like, I didn't say that. He's like, yes, you did. I'm like, oh, no, I did, but I didn't. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, I think you did a walkthrough the first time you didn't know anything about it, and there was that you picked up on the car accident that was outside.
Yeah,
the
the car
guy who
accident.
got
Mhm.
hit and
Yeah.
ended up dying there.
Yeah. It was oddly. It was in the children's room, like
Yeah.
that area with the cribs.
Yep.
Here, this is at Prospect. So this is me in the mirror, just a normal picture, right? I took the 3 shots.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the actual image right there. Okay.
She just
Now-
zoomed in on there.
I zoom in on the mirror here,
Oh.
and I
Whoa.
showed it
It's
to
in front of her
several
face.
people, and they have no idea. Even the image changes to like this interesting, like
Whoa.
pixelated type of image.
Whoa.
I said
And
it
the
looks
one
like
right
the
after
Saw
this
guy. What's the
It
Saw?
does. It looks just like the saw. I don't know what his name is, but yeah,
It's
that's the
weirdest
first thing I
thing.
thought of.
And I cannot explain it. I've showed it to many people, and the
But
only
her hair is there still. It's
yeah,
just the face
it's like
is
they're right in front of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That is wild.
Yeah. It's I still to this day, it's one of the best.
We've gotten
images.
great EVPs there.
Yeah.
We've been
Class
touched.
A's.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. Last year we did 44 investigations plus
Oh my
Paracons, plus we go to all the local breweries and do Paranormal 101 and Ghost Talks and all this stuff. Now this year we backed off and we're doing 33.
Holy.
And more Paracons, and now we've added podcasting.
When do you have time to clean the house? That's right.
Well, she's retired.
Oh, okay.
She's retired. Lucky her. I've got, let's see, today's the 20th. I have 3 years, 11 months, and 11 days till I can retire. Not that I'm counting, but.
11. No, I'm just kidding.
And what did you say you do? What at the Pittsburgh Brewery?
Yeah, I'm a brewer. I brew the beer.
Oh, awesome.
Now you gotta have some stories there at the brewery.
So the building that the brewery is in was built in 1881. 1881.
Yeah.
It wasn't always a brewery. It's only been a brewery for a few years.
Okay.
But all the lights are motion lights. So when you walk into an area, the lights come on. For a while, I worked by myself in the evening time from like 5 to 8. There was nobody there but me. And I would go out to go do something. The lights over there would turn on. The lights over there would turn on. And I'm just like, all right, you can stop. Now, could it be a rodent or something got in running around?
But that way in a row.
But it just goes right in a row.
Interesting.
And one morning, the guy that I work with now, he works in the mornings. He starts at like 3:30 in the morning. He come out of the control room, was headed out to where the tank farm is. He said, and I see somebody walking out there. And I'm trying to think, nobody's here but me. Who is this? And he said, and I really looked at him, and he had nothing from the waist down. There was no legs, but this person was just walking away from him. But there's so much noise contamination in it. Filters running and fans running. You could never really investigate it. But it's pretty wild.
We went to it was a brewing company that was in an old church around Pittsburgh.
Yep, church brewing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'll send you an
so
invite.
much.
We can actually do a real podcast.
Sounds great. Awesome.
I appreciate you so much. We'll come down and say hi too. Oh, telephone. Bodie left hers. Scotty left his. Okay, guys, got to take off.
Thank you.
One more podcast later.